Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mystic Rose, and I'm so happy to have y'all here with me today as we explore the topic of what are the assumptions that people make about you based upon the way you look, your physical appearance, your body language, and your style. So there will be 3 piles to choose from, and you can choose based on gemstones or images or some combination of the two. The choice is yours. All you have to do is go to the timestamps below to make your selection. Feel free to watch however many piles that you feel drawn to, because there could be multiple messages for you. And so keep that in mind. Also, if you're watching a pile and it just doesn't seem to resonate, that's okay. That can sometimes happen with general readings. It's okay to go back to the beginning and to choose a different pile. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you be part of this awesome community. Thank you to all of my returning subscribers. Thank you to my channel members and my Patreon members and everybody who truly loves and supports me and this channel. I couldn't be doing this without you, so much gratitude goes out to you. Without any further hesitation, let's go ahead and get started with today's Tarot Pick-a-Card reading, all about the assumptions people make about you based on the way you look, your appearance, your body language, and your style. Let's get started. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome. This is your gemstone selection. If you are drawn to Angelite, you will choose pile 1. If you are drawn to this Moonstone, you will choose pile 2. And if you are drawn to this zebra Jasper, you will choose pile number 3. You could be drawn to more than one pile, and if that's the case, feel free to watch however many piles you feel drawn to, because there could be multiple messages for you in each one, okay? Let's go ahead and get started with today's Tarot Pick-a-Card reading, all about what do people assume about you based on your physical appearance, body language, and style. Hello and welcome. If you chose Angelite or Image 1, you're in the right place for today's Tarot Pick-a-Card reading. We're going to be looking into the assumptions people make about you based upon your physical appearance, body language, and style. So I'm going to be using my Unity deck, which I created using my own digital artwork. And if you like this deck and you would like to purchase a deck for yourself or for a gift for somebody else, you can visit my website, www.mysticrosepsychic.com. There's a link in my description box below, and go ahead and check it out. Today's topic is going to be all about what do people assume about you based on your physical appearance, body language, and style. So we'll be getting into this, okay? So let me just take a moment to connect with Spirit. So Spirit, please be here now with me and help me to deliver clear, concise, and accurate messages to pile 1, all about the questions at hand. Spirit, please speak through me as you always do. Please bring in light, peace, positivity, and protection into this space, and thank you, Spirit. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my cleansing spray too, because I do like to cleanse the energies in between tarot readings. So, what do people assume about you based on your physical appearance, body language, and style? Alright, well, let's go ahead and see. I always like to shuffle until either cards fly out or until I get like a tingling sensation, okay, in my solar plexus, and then I know it's time to stop. Sometimes it's right away, sometimes it might take a while. Spirit is telling me to cut the deck. Okay. Ooh, there we go. I felt it that time. All right. So we have the Page of Cups. We have the Death card. We have the Page of Swords. We also have the Strength card. Okay, interesting. Let's get 4 more. We have the, oh wow, we got the Two of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Two of Wands, and we have the High Priestess. So basically, the assumptions that people make about you right when they look at you is that you must work out quite a bit because you have quite a nice body. And that might be true, but it may not be also. People just think that you look like you're either very active, or they assume you're very physically fit, very healthy. They could assume that you like to walk a lot or go for bike rides a lot, or maybe that you do spin classes or like aerobics or rowing, etc. Okay. And maybe you do, but maybe you just have a faster metabolism for some of you. But yeah, that's what they assume that you have a fast metabolism. You just have a very beautiful body and a nice shape to you. So people assume that about you, that, you know, you could lift weights, or that you are just one of those lucky people that has like a really fast metabolism. And also, people do tend to fall in love with you quite fast, and they almost like I'm seeing here too with all of these like in conjunction, that you could have had a major glow up recently, and now you may be getting people coming out of the woodwork making love offers to you, or like giving you lots of compliments and stuff like that. And I think that too, some people think that you deserve compliments because, I don't know, it's just something about the way you look, your body. Like, there's a big emphasis on your body and the appearance and how you look right now that makes people want to, like, give you compliments, but sometimes they could hold back. Sometimes it's like people want to give you compliments, but it just doesn't seem to do you justice, because that's what I was hearing. And some people, when they look at you, they think that you are the type of person who is, I want to say intuitive, okay, very just naturally in flow with your intuition, okay. They could also think that, like, if you're a woman, that you are a very girly girl. I was just getting that. They could think that, like, you love wearing makeup, or like dresses or skirts or pink or girly clothing. They could think that you are very traditionally feminine, okay, if you're a feminine out there watching. Even if you just like to wear dark colors, or even like stuff on like even if it's like classic stuff, it doesn't have to be pink or girly. They just think that you have very feminine vibes. And they assume that you're very, very feminine if you're a female watching. If you're a male watching, or someone who is more in your masculine, people see you as strong, but also like they assume too that like you're also a good lover, and that you're very nurturing. So like traditionally more in your feminine, you know, qualities, because everybody has a little bit of masculine, divine, feminine within them. And it's like, you know, you've got a lot of feminine qualities about you, even if you are somebody who relates more with masculine energy, and that's okay too, because you're very strong physically, but you're so loving and giving and nurturing that people do kind of like assume that, like, some of you, they may assume that you're girly girls, okay? They may assume that you like, you know, I don't know why I was hearing this, but you like that you're one of those people that likes to go get lattes and, like, you know, go to the beach, and enjoys dressing up and curling your hair and going to the movies, or, you know, watching chick flicks and stuff like that. Or that if you're like a guy, that you would make an amazing boyfriend or partner. They assume that because you're very open. Like, if you are like more of like a masculine, or like, you know, if you identify as a man, you're like the perfect male partner, because you would be willing, like, people just can look at you and tell that, like, you'd be willing to, like, you know, watch a movie, watch a chick flick. Like, it wouldn't like demasculinate you in any way or anything like that. Like, it wouldn't make you less of a man or anything like that. So that's what I was getting. Like, yeah, people can just look at you and tell that, like, you're great, you would make a great partner. no matter what you identify as. Like, people can just tell that, like, you'd be a good lover. They can look at you and just kind of look by your body language and tell that, like, the way you move and stuff, you'd be a really good lover. You'd be great in bed. Um, yeah, you can have, like, a very nice walk about you, a good figure that's very appealing and alluring and draws people in. Um, some of you could be more like of a tomboy, and people could assume that you like to play sports, okay? Because there's like some athleticism here with this card. And some people could assume that, you know, you like to really, just a moment. Okay. Um, it's a little loud here, so just if you hear a little background noise, please excuse the background noise. Anyways, so the athleticism is very apparent here because of the way you look, but also mixed with feminine grace, I'm hearing. But when they see, like, the way you look, as far as your looks, your body language, and your style, because there's, like, a little bit of a mix here, they could, like, assume that, like, let's say you're a woman, they could assume that maybe you like other women, okay? There could be that for somebody. I'm not gonna say that's for everybody, but that could be for somebody out there that some people assume that you're like somebody who enjoys somebody of the same gender, okay? Yeah, for like romantic partnerships. But like I said, like, that's not gonna be for everybody, but if that resonates with you, then yeah. People assume, though, that somebody here could be, like, very tall, too, and because you're tall, people may assume that you play basketball, or you played basketballs, or you were very good at sports. It's either that you were very tall or, like, athletic, and because of your bod, or, like, your body, that people think that you could have, like, they assume that you just, like, enjoy sports, okay? And that's what I'm getting from that. Some people, like, depending on your height, if you're a little bit on, like, the shorter end, people could think that you might have, like, some, I don't know, like, maybe, like, I want to say, like, pride about being your height, whatever height you are. Like, they just assume that you like your height, no matter if you're short, medium, or tall. Like, you seem to be very accepting of your height, but, like, your height is just right for you. And you're very accepting, and you just seem comfortable in your body. Like, yeah, no matter your height, or you don't have to be like an extreme bodybuilder or anything, you know, but you seem very comfortable in your body, and the way you dress with your clothing and all that perfectly suits you. And it's almost like you know how to dress for your body. Maybe you've learned this through studying, okay? Maybe you've studied what looks good on your body type, or you've tried a lot of different things to enhance your physical appearance. But yeah, it's definitely showing, and people can tell that, like, they may assume that, like, you have a degree in fashion, or that you're a model, because of the way that everything just, like, all your clothing hugs your body in all the right places. You always know how to match things here and there, like, really well. You match colors together well, patterns together well. You look snazzy. You look good, so people could assume that, yeah, you have some kind of background in clothing or something like that. And because here you are very intuitive, people could see you as, like, somebody who enjoys magic, okay? People may think that you're crazy about like Harry Potter or those types of movies. Um, yeah, basically any kind of movie or any kind of thing, books that may be magic related. Some people could assume that you read tarot. Some people could just look at you and assume that you know things about the future. Um, People can also look at you, and because we got the Page of Swords there, they may assume that you're a little bit aloof at times. They may think too that you like to listen to, like, I don't know, obscure music. You have an interesting, like, eccentric vibe about you. So they could, like, assume that, like, you like to hang out in coffee shops, or, like, you like to listen to obscure music. Or maybe that you play a ukulele, even. I was just hearing, like, people have all kinds of interesting assumptions about you. They could think that you have, like, crazy fun hair. You could have, like, a septum piercing. I am seeing that. Or some other kind of piercing that, like, gets people's attention and makes them think, like, oh, you know, they're an interesting person. It could be a tattoo or a piercing or something like that. When you smile, I think that people think that they assume that, like, you're flirty or that you're looking for love, and you're just being friendly. It's kind of funny, but yeah. Um, People do fall in love with you quite fast here with this card, and people may think that, like, you're just flirty with a lot of different people, but honestly, like, you're just being friendly with, like, literally everybody. Some people could be intimidated that you're being friendly, too friendly with, or with their boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever. But honestly, like, you're just a nice person. But when you match that with your confidence and your beauty and stuff like that, people get very intimidated, and they may want to, like, hide their boyfriend away from you or hide their girlfriend away from you. Um, Also, like, with this card here, and because we have the Two of Wands, like, you're such a forward thinker, a planner, and Page of Swords here, I think that with those combined, that could be intimidating, because people could look at you, and when they meet you, they could think they feel a little nervous. They may be nervous to, like, introduce themselves to you because you may seem intimidating. You could present too as, like, a little bit shy under certain circumstances, and they may misconstrue that shyness for, like, being stuck up. Okay, you might have gotten that in your younger years, um, because you're, like, you're fun, like, your style is fun, and you know how to dress well too, because, like I said earlier, like, you know how to, like, match colors, match fun things, and you do very well with dressing, with clothing. And because it is, sometimes people may, assume that, like, you, I don't know, like you like to spend most of your time indoors, like I said, like in coffee shops or in bookstores or something like that. They may assume that you're not a very outdoorsy type of person, but actually you could be literally, like, somebody who loves to be out in the woods or taking walks outdoors or stuff like that. But people just kind of look at you, and they may assume that you love to hang out in coffee shops or college campuses, in, like, the commons, or, always reading a book, or um, on your phone a lot. They may see you, like, on your phone a lot, always, like, looking at things, or maybe they assume that you like to stay indoors and, like, I don't know, like, either read or maybe even play video games or work out. Okay, but it's indoor types of activities. But actually, that may not even be true, because you may very well like to be outside, but they just kind of assume that your hobbies or interests would be ones that would be indoor type. So they may think that you don't spend a lot of time outdoors. Okay. And they do worry, or not worry, they do wonder a lot about your hobbies and interests too, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, some people, when they see you and how beautiful your body is, they may assume that you're on a special diet too. And they may assume you're a lot younger than your actual years, because you have, like, a baby face, I was hearing, but you're actually quite grown up. But they may think that, you're younger than you are. Okay. People could still card you when you go to buy, you know, this, that, or the other. They could ask for your identification because your appearance makes people think that you're like a lot younger. So that's interesting. Let's see what else we can get with these cards here. Okay, let's go ahead and use these two. So Spirit, what other assumptions do people make about my pile one based on their physical appearance, their body language, and their style? You have nail art. Because, you know, you just look well put together, you could do your nails. People may assume that you are a cosmetologist or that you go to the salon quite a bit, you know, to get made up, to get dolled up, to get pretty, or that you spend a lot of money on your nails, that you spend a lot of money on your skincare routine, and that you are maybe that you shop at the best stores like Sephora or whatever. Like, people may assume that you spend a lot to look good, that you have invested in like small procedures on your face, like lip injections or eye lift or facelift, or any of those numerous types of procedures. Just because you look really good, people may assume that you do spend a lot of money on yourself, on your body, on your physical looks to look good. You could have an interesting piercing, like I said, some kind of pretty piercing or even tattoo that people just really notice and enjoy and like about you, but they may not always say it. You could be a Scorpio, or you have a little bit of an edgy sense of style too. Like, when you like to get dressed up, there's something here about your fashion for sure coming out again, because of the way you dress. It's unique, and I'm seeing a lot of different types of clothing choices here. So yeah, I'm seeing like edgy and eclectic. I want to say very eclectic. You basically wear what you want to wear. People could assume that you are I don't know, like maybe they assume you're not from that area. Wherever you're from, they may assume you're like somebody who lives, or somebody who came from a faraway land or something like that, just because you're so unique, you're so different. So also people may assume that you could have participated in a lot of beauty contests when you were younger, and that, you know, you probably won, or you've won a lot of talent shows. They may assume that about you. It may not be true, but they may assume that like you kind of get what you want, or that you were prom queen or king, or very popular too. People could assume too that like because you're beautiful, they could assume that you were in a sorority or fraternity in college. Because you're very, very beautiful, and I think you're more beautiful than most, I would say. Some people may not know the depth of your intelligence, so they may assume things about your intelligence level that's not true, but you are very intelligent here, especially with that swords here. And I think that you are very friendly and you come across that way, but because you may have like RBF sometimes, some people are intimidated by you, and they may assume that like you could be like maybe not the nicest person, or like I said, stuck up, okay? Just based on your beauty, and that your beauty is like, you know, intimidating to some people, which can happen. People can just look at you when you enter a room and make all kinds of conjectures about you because of the way that you look and dress. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at some of these here. This is the Elkey deck. So what do people assume about my pile one based on their physical appearance, body language, and style? You definitely appear confident. We have Renee here. She who hopes. This is beautiful. She who hopes, love, hope, and relationships I think that people can assume that like you are a hopeful person, and that also that you're very lucky, and that you have like a good attitude and you're always optimistic. They may wonder why you're so lucky. They may wonder if you get special favors because of the way you look and stuff like that. And also people assume that you're in a relationship. They may not even approach you because like romantically, because they think you're taken because of your beauty. We have Orchid, she who thrives. People think that you are just flourishing, prospering, blossoming all the time. People think that you've had quite a transformation with all those butterflies, and people are stunned. You're stunning. People can't really fathom the ways in which you've changed, I guess, because look at that. With all those butterflies, that's about a lot of change. I mean, somehow you've changed. It almost looks like your hair color's changed, or your eye color has changed, or something about you has changed. It's like your vibe or your aura, and people are like stunned. They're really stunned. They could be like, people are watching you. They assume that you've had some work done, but you may or may not have, but people may be assuming that you've done something. They may not be able to put a finger on it, but they're like, what did they do? They could assume though that, yeah, that you had some work done, or that they may assume that you've lost some weight, or that you have started some kind of strict program. We have She Who Loved Once, Blue, fragile, secret love, rejection. Some people may think too that like when it comes to love, you tempt a lot of people, and you would attract the attention of people who are already in relationships, and you know that's not even under your control, but like people may assume that and this would be not nice. People might assume that like you have the ability to be a homewrecker, even though I don't think that is you. But some people may look at you and see like other like married couples like checking you out, or like people in a relationship checking you out, looking at you, and some people would like give you a dirty look. Oh my gosh, you get dirty looks from like, if you're a woman, Spirit just showed me like you get dirty looks from other women. Oh my gosh. Or like if you're a guy, you could get guys that give you dirty looks because they see how good you look, and they're like afraid you're gonna take their man or something, or their person. Oh Lord, that's crazy. So that's their problem. But yeah, you may get a lot of dirty looks from people that are like jealous of you. Oh boy, it's because you look so good. She who rises up, pearl, empower, uplift. Nothing can hold you down. Also, people may assume that you spend a lot of money for tattoos, or like I said, body modifications, or yeah, because you look beautiful. Like what I'm seeing here is like, she looks to me like a China doll or something, like porcelain doll. You could wear like a lot of pretty hair accessories. Maybe you do have like a beautiful tattoo on your back. I'm seeing something here like a dragon or something with wings. You could have a tattoo of something with wings, okay? Be it a butterfly, a bird, or something like that. Or even a dragon with great big huge wings. Angel with wings, something like that. Okay, because I'm seeing a lot of that here. So yeah, but people make all kinds of assumptions about you because of your beauty, the way you present in this world. Let's go ahead and segue into the next segment. Okay, let's go ahead and do the segment where we roll the astro dice and do the letter tiles and the charms, okay? So Spirit, help me to choose the letter charms that will add to this conversation. What do people assume about my pile one based on their physical appearance, their body language, and their style? I'm just gonna close my eyes and then I reach in and I grab some, okay? Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and lay down some letter tiles as well and just put those to the side. We'll look at those in a bit. So I will be channeling some names too. I could say your first, middle, or last name, or you could actually just see it in the tiles instead, because I'm not going to be able to say everyone's name. But yeah, I could say your first, middle, or last name, or a nickname. Okay. Or some names of your family members. That'll just be added confirmation if I say, like, you know, some people that you know. Let that be added confirmation that this is definitely your pile. You can duplicate letters if you need to, and if everything's there except one letter, it still counts. I was hearing like a location too. I was hearing Quebec. You could be from Quebec or know somebody from Quebec. The last name, something Smith, I don't know, Axel. The first name Axel, the name Naya. Yeah, Wendy, hearing Wendy. Angie or Angelina, Angelica. Lola, Raji, Rashid, Omar. I was hearing Texas. You could be from Texas. Winston, Charles, Danica, Keisha, Miranda, Melanie, Vanessa, Vishnu, Vashad. I've never heard that name before, but it does sound kind of cool. Heather, Jessica, Louis or Louise, Louisa, Samuel, Sam, Samantha, Sebastian, Fiona, Gerard, Gerald, the name Summer, Tiffany, Brayden, Chaz, Ellie or Ella, Eliana, Louise. I think I said Louise already. Well, it's coming through again. We have Libra, Cancer, and Gemini. So since we got Libra twice, let's go again. We've got Virgo, Libra, Gemini, or Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant for you. We have the number 9 and the number 12. That could be the 12th of any month or the 9th of any month for a birthday, or that could be a December birthday or a September birthday. It could also be the number 21, so the 21st of any month for a birthday, or September 21st, September 12th for a birthday, or September 9th, December 12th for a birthday, December 9th for a birthday, or December 21st for a birthday, okay? Also, I was hearing the name Lotus, and I was hearing Luna and Phyllis as well, and Philomena, and Wilhelmina, and Willow. Okay. That makes me think of Willow Smith. Some of you could really like Willow Smith's music. Okay. That is Will Smith's daughter. We've got the grapes here. So this could be for like your growth and your transformation and how people are so shocked by that. And we have the butterfly, which stands for transformation too. It's like people are really wowed by you. They do assume you've been doing something to change your looks. Temperance, it says blue jug, feminine, red jug, masculine, and it's about balance. So in the temperance card, it has somebody with 2 jugs, and one is blue and one is red in the Rider-Waite, and it's a balance between feminine and masculine. Yeah, so I think we mentioned that and touched upon that in the beginning, actually, how, you know, you're able to kind of have both of those energies within you. So yeah, it's very interesting how really you are very feminine, but also very you're strong too, and have some masculine traits as well, and you're very well balanced. It says don't let go. Okay, there's some people that kind of get stuck on you once they fall in love with you. They don't want to let go of you. They want to hold on tight to you. Some people could assume that you have children, or that you're a wonderful parent, or that you would make a wonderful parent because of that nurturance quality that you have. It says you are experiencing what's in your soul contract. I think that people think that your soul contract is filled with good karma and good things. Soulmates means that people assume that you have the love of your life already, or that you're happy in love. You look happy, so they assume you have somebody and you're very happy in love. They just kind of assume that because you are beautiful. We have rebirth here, which can be for that, you know, transformative type of energy. Again, like you've been reborn. People that have known you for a while, they're kind of surprised about your change of your looks and things like that. They think you look angelic. Okay. There's somebody here, it says, I wish you could understand how I feel. You've got somebody here who's stuck on romantic thoughts and feelings about you. Okay, you could have blocked this person. It says mute. And this person could have had mental health issues. So maybe you blocked them. Okay, that could have been in romance, or a friend that, you know, you no longer talk to. Maybe this friend was extremely jealous of you or crossed your boundaries and you had to let them go. They still obsess about you. They still think about you. Now, what we can do too is look here. I was seeing Phoenix. That could be like a name too, or maybe you're from Phoenix, Arizona. But yeah, the name Phoenix is here too, or Phoenix, Arizona. So, you know, that could be relevant. We can also play spiritual Scrabble and look here. Like I'm seeing wine. Maybe you enjoy wine, red wine or whatever, white wine. Bedroom. Okay, bedroom. It reminds me of like romance and things like that. Like maybe a lot of people have like a lot of romantic thoughts about you, how to like wine you, dine you, you know, 69 you, that kind of thing. People assume that, like I said, you're very good in bed, you know, because of the way that you move and things like that. They could assume that, you know, if you wanted to be an exotic dancer, you could definitely do that. Some people may assume that you've done that before because of the way you look. I am seeing exotic in here. People could think that you have an exotic look, that you don't look like you're from around these parts, is what I was hearing. So like, you know, you could be from like a small community and maybe they assume you came from a different part of the world to this smaller community. Like your beauty stands out as being unique, different, okay? And as well, your unique style is different. Men like you. I see women like you. All kinds of genders like you. Fix. Okay, some people think that, yeah, you've fixed something about your looks. Maybe they think you had a nose job, or they may assume that you did because it looks almost too perfect. Okay, they may assume that you're wearing a wig or hairpiece, but you're not. It's your natural hair. Or some of you, maybe you are wearing really good quality wigs. I don't know, but some people may assume that your hair is so beautiful. I'm seeing lost weight. So yeah, some people assume you've lost weight. I was hearing the name Greg or Gregory. Leo, Lexi, Lati, Letitia, hotel. Somebody here could be in, you work in a hotel, or Maybe you just got back from a vacation where you were in a hotel for a week or something like that, because I was seeing a hotel. Somebody here could work at like a concierge, okay, concierge in a hotel, or hotel manager. Somebody here could be quite good at trying different recipes and perfecting recipes, because I was getting that. And somebody else here who's watching, I don't know why I was hearing this, but I was hearing like customer service. Like, you're very good at customer service because of the way you look. You could be good at sales too. People want to buy things from you, especially if it's beauty products. Like, if you sell beauty products, people want your products because they want to look like you. So you could be very good at sales. Like, whatever you're selling, they want it. Okay. I'm seeing the name Nehemiah, Heaven, and Nevaeh as well. William, I think I said Wilhelmina already, but that was coming through again. People may look at you and assume that you drive like a nice car, because I was hearing Mercedes-Benz. So some people just think that you're rich and that you have a very nice house, a very nice car. They assume you're rich, or that you have a rich mate. I'm seeing PLOT, plot. That reminds me of like plotting or like game playing. Some people may think that they may think that you're, like I said, like you're an avid reader, or that you're a gamer, okay, that you love indoor activities, anything indoors, video games, playing board games, reading, yeah, anything like that. Movies, okay, because I'm seeing film in here too, movies. I'm seeing pole. Reminds me of like pole dancing. Maybe they think that you'd make one heck of a pole dancer. Oh my gosh, people assume funny things. That you're a good hugger. I just heard that you give good hugs. Okay. That you're a good kisser. You have beautiful lips. So you can keep looking. Let me know if I not forgot anything, but if I missed anything, okay? And let me know if this resonated with you. Please remember to hit subscribe if you haven't already, and become part of this awesome community. If you would like a reading with me, know that I do offer personal readings, and you can send me an email and I can give you my list of prices and packages, or you can just go directly to my website, mysticrosepsychic.com. I will link it in the description box below, and you can go there and check out my prices and order a personal reading on my website. And then also on my website you will find a link to my Patreon, where I have 5 different tier levels, and I would love to see you on over there too. It's fun because I do like weekly general pick of cards, and I do topics like beauty, gossip, and anything. Basically, you get to vote on the topic, so it's really cool. And then I also do 18 plus uncensored love readings, so it's fun. So you can go to my website again, and I'll link that in the description box below, and you can check out my Patreon, and I'd love to see you on over there. It is a smaller community, so yeah. Don't forget to check out my sister channel, Mystic Rose Tarot Collectives. I will link that in the description box below as well. It's actually on my website. You can find it. Again, everything I've kind of transferred over to my website so that you can have good, easy access to everything. Also, you will find a spot where you can donate to the channel if you wish to donate to the channel. There's ways, and that's not expected, but it is appreciated. And also, if you enjoyed the Unity deck that I used today and you'd like a deck for yourself or for somebody else, you can find a link to my Etsy store on my new website. So thanks again to all my subscribers out there, and my viewers and supporters. Feel free to watch however many piles you were drawn to. Take it easy, and we'll see you next time. Stay beautiful. Bye. Hi, beautiful souls, and welcome. Today's pick a card reading is about what do people assume about you based on your physical appearance, body language, and style. So what are the things they can tell about you, or what do they assume about you? It may or may not be true, just based on the way you look, the way you conduct yourself, and the kinds of clothing that you wear, and the style, just your style overall, hairstyle, everything, okay? We'll be looking into all of that. At the end, I'm going to be using astro dice and letter tiles and charms to dig deeper. Okay, so let me take a moment to connect with Spirit, and then we'll get started with the tarot. So Spirit, please be here now with me and help me to deliver clear, concise, and accurate messages to pile 2 about the question at hand. Spirit, please speak through me as you always do. And please bring in light, peace, positivity, and protection into this space. Thank you, Spirit. And so I'm just going to spritz some of my cleansing spray as well. Okay. So, Spirit, what assumptions do people make about my Pile 2 collective here today who's watching this video based upon their physical appearance or how they look, their body language, and their style? Okay, Spirit was saying split the deck, so I'm going to split the deck. Okay. 7 of Swords. Queen of Wands. Okay, I can see that you're very attractive physically. That could be problematic when it comes to some of the assumptions people make about you based upon your level of attraction, because Queen of Wands is very, very attractive. Magician. They have 3 of Swords, 7 of Wands. Okay. 5 of Cups. Ooh, Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It seems like people could almost like look at you, and because you are attractive, or based on your, the type of clothes you wear that even make you stand out that much more, that whenever you go out, people think you're very trendy, or like you're always looking on point. You could even wear outdated clothes and still look good, like, because it doesn't really seem to matter what you're wearing. It's always on point. That's what I was hearing. And people think whether you're wearing a business suit or you're wearing designer labels or, casual attire or formal attire, like, it doesn't matter what you choose to wear, because it's always, always on point. You're always like well groomed, so people could assume that you know a lot about beauty. They could also assume that you have a lot of heartbreaker energy. Like you could easily break hearts if people were to get too attached to you or addicted to you. They could assume that you're cliquey. They could assume that you're not so friendly. That does not mean that you are not friendly, but it just means that some people may see you that way or assume that because of your looks. And then 5 of Cups here. 5 of Cups can be for like feeling stuck or like having a bad attitude, not being able to see good things or positive things. Sometimes people may look at you, and because you look so well put together and coupled with that heartbreak energy, some people may think that like you may easily hurt them or hurt their feelings, or just one look from you could look very disapproving or unapproving of them. People could read you wrong. Okay, they think they can read you like a book, but they can't. They may just think that you're not happy. Okay, you could walk into a room and maybe you're not like extremely exuberant or like smiling, because maybe you're not in like the most greatest of moods, but you're just like, feeling normal or whatever. But people can assume that like, I don't know, like you're always searching for something to make you happy. You're very picky or cliquey, and you only want to talk to certain people, like other beautiful people, or you only want to talk to people that are smart, or you only want to talk to people who have money or status. Now, I'm not saying that that's true. These are things people assume about you based on the way you look, that, you know, that you could be a chaser of status, a chaser of money. Like, I want to say, like, you go after things of this world. They could assume that you're greedy because you seem to have a lot. Like, maybe they could assume that you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, or that you're privileged, okay? Or that you've been given lots of handouts or money from people that want to give you money. They want to hand their money to you. Okay, I mean, with that hand there and this person giving, it's like people want to give you things, so people may assume that, or that you've earned it. Either way, they just think that you're extra bougie and you've got a lot of money to spend. They may assume that, even though it may not be true. They may assume that because of the way that you're grooming yourself and your hygiene is really on point too, they could assume that you're very disciplined, and it's like not a hair out of place. Perfect. I was hearing perfect. You're perfect the way you are. Some people may assume, though, that you're high maintenance. Okay? You're extremely detailed to the point where you're detail oriented, but I don't know, like, they may think or assume that you ignore the big picture and only look at, like, small details. Okay, and that could translate not only from your beauty but to other things. They think you they assume that, like, you ignore people when they can't do anything for you, like for your status in the community. And I know that sounds funny or it sounds mean, but like, some people feel like you would betray them, or like you would use them, even though you're not even really like this. You're actually the total opposite of this. Everything you have earned it or manifested it, and you're very nice. And you've also manifested a lot of, like, caring people into your life. But yeah, some people think that you're like this. See how she has her hands up and she's like, stay back. Some people might assume that based on the fact that the way you look, you know, with your body language, the way you stand so confidently and everything. You could just stand with the body language, because kind of like hands on hips, or like looking off, not making eye contact. The way that is paired with your beauty and your every curve of your body, or the way that your body is just perfectly made or shaped, it's like some people get this vibe that is like elite vibe. You have an elite vibe about you. Some people feel like they can't go into your inner circle, or like if they did, you might shun them or be like, get away. You may not necessarily say that, but they would think that you might, and then they would be feeling like this. Some people think that, like, based on your looks, that you must get a lot of compliments and praise and stuff like that, and some people would be jealous about that, and they wouldn't want to walk with you because you would get all of the praise and glory and attention, and they would feel completely invisible. And then they would be asking themselves, like, why don't I get attention? What's wrong with me? Why is she or he getting, or they getting all the attention and I'm not? You know, and they wouldn't like that feeling. There's something here about, again, paying close attention to detail, and how even your nails may be very manicured, or maybe you really pay close attention to, like, your eyelashes or even your eyebrows. Like, I was even hearing, like, not even an eyebrow out of place. Like, everything seems almost like perfectly perfect about you. And yeah, it's almost like people could base all these assumptions just upon the way that you look. But when you couple that with, like, you know, having nice nails, or like even if they're just clean and like well groomed and stuff, or like the type of rings or jewelry you may wear, It might sound funny, but even your hands are very beautiful, or just well, you know, you present well. Like, it might sound funny, but some people don't present well with nice looking hands. They have like dirty fingernails and stuff, and it can be very yucky. You're not that type of person to ever show up with like dirt literally under your nails and stuff like that. Like, you put good care into your body. Like, so people assume that you're the kind of person that wouldn't dare leave the house without your makeup on, or people may assume that you're the kind of person that wouldn't dare you know, be caught dead with some certain people. Okay, like, the people that they think that the people you associate with are also like just like you, and that you have a small circle of people, or they may assume that you're stuck up. Okay, like I said. Interesting. I think I will use these now too. Okay. Okay, so what else do people assume about them based on their physical appearance, body language, and style? Based on like your hair and the styling of your hair, the way you do it, they could think you're very creative as well. Whether you like to wear it in some kind of chic low bun, or and keep it more like business oriented if you're a woman, or like just even a messy ponytail with tendrils or whatever. It's very creative, and you're putting a lot of thought into it about your hairstyles and stuff. So people assume that like you may spend a lot of time on your hair. Okay, and that some people think you've studied how to do hair. Some people could assume you're like, if you're well, not necessarily just a woman. Men can be cosmetologists too. Anybody can be a cosmetologist, but they may assume that you're a cosmetologist. Okay, what else? We have los emoji. Some people can assume that you take a lot of selfies. When they look at you, they're like, wow, that person seems conceited, or like they must take a lot of selfies. They're the type of person that would get almost like jealous of you, and just make conjectures that, oh, you take a lot of selfies, or you must post a lot of selfies, or like you need a lot of compliments from people. You're fishing for compliments from people. That you're famous. Okay, with the ring light, we got people would assume that you're famous based on the way you look. They may assume that you have even a small amount of fame, that you're like or that you're very popular or well liked. But yeah, people could look at you and assume that you're like an Instagram model, or that you have some kind of social media platform, whether that be on TikTok or YouTube or what have you. Okay, people just assume that about you. You have a face for fame. That's what I was hearing from Spirit. Some people may assume that like you're the kind of person that just doesn't apologize for who you are. You're very unapologetically you, and you're not you really don't copy people's style or swag. You have your own, and also they think that you're unapologetically you, and you're almost like, they think maybe a little too confident, but I think it's a healthy confidence, to be honest with you. Yeah, we have the star. People think you are famous or in the spotlight or very, very well liked. People also assume that you could be on a strict diet because of the way that you look. They could assume that you eat very little amounts of food, okay? Which is honestly none of their business, but people will make all kinds of assumptions, you know. But they could assume that you're not eating enough, or that you are taking like diet pills, or something like that. Okay, actually I'm going to use the Alki Oracle next. Okay. What else are people assuming about them based on their physical appearance, body language, and style? I was just hearing, like, and seeing an image in my mind that, like, people may assume that your face is almost too perfect, so you must do either facial exercises to get your face to look like that, or some kind of enhancement. People may assume that you spend a lot of time looking in the mirror, or that you're all about beauty. We have Carly, liberation, unrestrained freedom. And that goes perfectly well along with being unapologetically you. People see you as being free to dress how you want to dress. You don't really stop and think, oh, should I wear this? Is it in fashion? You're not like that. You're like, let me see. Do I like this? If so, I'm going to wear it. I don't give a flying F if it's in fashion or not. If I like it, I'm going to wear it. And you always make it look good. Like I said, it could be business attire. It could be casual attire. It could be, you know, anything. And you make everything look good. We have Maputla, she who guides. People could actually assume that you are a social media influencer guiding or teaching other people about beauty or hair or makeup or something like that, or skin. People could assume that you don't have a lot of substance, even though this may not be true. Okay, I'm not saying it, but this is just what people assume, that you may be all about beauty or that you're very somatic. They could assume that you're almost so perfect, or that, I don't know, like you're kind of obsessed with your looks, obsessed with beauty. She who dreams, Isra, fantasy, escape, dreams, fantasy. Some people may assume that you don't have to work hard because you're beautiful, that you have the time to sit around and do whatever you want. Like I said, that may or may not be true. This is what people just think. They may think that you have an easy life, or that you always get it easy because you get things handed to you because of your beauty. People with Kamala here, she who emerges, she who is enlightened, mindful, rise up. Some people think you have secrets with this, and that you have emerged from a dark space. People can kind of maybe look at your eyes. People will do this. They'll look into your eyes and they'll think they know you, and they think that your past carries some pain, okay, whether that be some kind of issue. I don't know. I don't want to really trigger anybody, but something painful in your past that people may assume that that's why you are the way you are. They may think that they see sadness in your eyes. Or that you have a lot of secrets. People could assume that you don't want to talk about things. They think that you have like a hard exterior, that you have maybe even a little coldness to you. But like I said, this doesn't necessarily mean that this is true. And they think that you have a defense mechanism up, that is why you're like this. Okay, and they think that you're defensive because maybe they assume you've gotten hurt in the past, and that's why you're defensive. And they think that you're selective because they may assume that you sort of rely on other people who are also beautiful to give you validation in some way. They may think that you're exclusive and or elite because you don't want to give attention to people who are not beautiful or rich or intelligent. I mean, this is just what people think, okay? People may think and assume that you spend hours like curling your hair or doing your hair, even if you're doing it at home, okay? And even if you do your own hair at home, like let's say you dye your own hair at home or you style it yourself, people could assume that like you must go and like to be pampered. Getting like pampered princess kind of vibes here for my feminines out there. But they think that you kind of like rely on compliments, okay? And that's why you're doing all this, and that it's just a facade or a show. They don't know if you have a lot of substance, because there's some people that they don't think you let them into your inner circle, but honestly, like you're not the type to just let everybody in, you know? And that's okay. You gotta be you. You gotta be free to be who you are. And if some people misunderstand you, then that's on them. Okay, let's go ahead and do charms too. So Spirit, can you add to this conversation about my pile 2 here, and what assumptions do people make about them based on their beauty, you know, and stuff like that. Alright, so we've got do not be in a hurry. Okay. Turtle, do not be in a hurry. Zen. Okay, people think that you do have kind of like a peaceful side to you, but it's almost like, yeah, they don't know if they can believe that you're really a person of spirituality or like substance, but they see a little like maybe glimmer of it, but it's hard for other people to read you, because you maybe they think that you like to just be a little bit mysterious, but they do see like a glimmer or a glimpse of somebody very spiritual in you, but maybe you like to keep that very personal or private, so they're just little glimpses. We've got crazy. People could wonder about you, just like, why do you act the way that you do? They may assume that you are like moody or, you know, like that. Yeah. People assume all kinds of stuff. Exciting. People assume that like if they were to be friends with you or to be in your little circle, that it would be very exciting and fun for them, because you seem like you can have a fun side to you, and that you're really fun to hang out with, and a lot of people do want to be in your circle. We have deflower, so I think that a lot of people want to be with you intimately, and it says you lift me up, so many people would like to just be in your presence, because they assume that if you just like looked at them, the sun would shine on them. They're pretty sure that they would feel uplifted with your approval, and that many people want to work hard for your approval. Many people just think you shine brightly like a diamond here. You're multifaceted, and people think that you have many sides to you. People assume that your beauty is growing all the time with this flower. It's just getting more and more beautiful all the time. They see you, every time they see you, you're more and more beautiful. And some people can't wrap their heads around it. Yeah, you're getting like hotter and hotter every time they see you. Your looks are changing. You're always doing something fun with your looks, changing things up. We have another flame here for purification. That's 2 flames. So yeah, love. People could fall in love with you easily. Oh, okay, we have the devil here, shackled, addicted. Some people think that you're materialistic, that you, like I said before, and this is just another confirmation of that. Thank you, Spirit. Also, people get addicted to you and your energy. Like past lovers get hooked on you, and then they can't forget about you. They can't replace you. They can't really move on in their heart or their mind. The Fool is coming into the unknown and trusting the universe. People want to try new things with you. Like, people would give a lot just to be with you. And they think you have royal and regal vibes about you with this crown. Like you'd belong on a throne or something like that. Like, there's a lot of people that would like to place you on a pedestal and venerate you. I know that sounds crazy, but that's just what I'm getting here. This is what's coming out. Believe in yourself. Like, people think that if you just believed in them, then if they were to get your approval, they could believe in themselves. That would help them to believe in themselves. Like, they think that you, I don't know, it's almost like you're like, your approval means so much to people. And the Vitruvian man here is for like perfect ratios and things just fitting together. And I think that really, like, people think of you, and they must assume that you have very beautiful parents or a good looking family, and that you come from a long line of very beautiful people, because the golden ratio can be about the ratios of facial proportions and things like that. Okay, now I'm going to just put these to the side, okay? And then we'll get into the astro dice and letter tiles. So you could have a Taurus, sun, moon, or ascendant, Sagittarius, sun, moon, or ascendant, Aries, sun, moon, or ascendant, or Pisces, sun, moon, or ascendant. You could be born on the 9th of any month, or be born in September. You could be born on the 3rd of any month, or in March. And then when we add 9 and 3 together, we get 12. So that could be a December birthday or the 12th of any month. Now, some specific birthdays here would be December 12th, December 3rd, or December 9th. Also, we've got September 9th, September 3rd, and September 12th for birthdays. March 3rd, March 9th, and March 12th for birthdays, okay? So now let's go ahead and do names. I may say your name, first, middle, or last name, or a screen name, nickname, something like that, okay? If not, that's okay. Maybe I'll say some other hint or clue about you. We can also play a little spiritual Scrabble and just have fun. I was hearing Gina and Gianna. All right, I wanted to say that, like, you can look for your first, middle, or last name or initials too to be confirmation that this is definitely your pile. You can duplicate letters if you need to. I was hearing Celia, Selena, Montgomery. That could even be Alabama. You could be from Alabama. Montreal, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana. Okay, Sin. That could be like a name or a nickname. Somebody here speaks or knows sign language. The name Tammy. Okay, yeah. I don't know if I said this or not, but like if everything's there except one letter, it still counts. And yeah, you can double up letters if you need to. Brian, Madeline, Malin, Luann, Geraldine, Shelby, Tiffany, Chad, Amber, Flo, Ferris, Jaden or Jalen, Braden, Ashton, Chico, Gavin. Okay, I could say family members too, or friends. If I do, that's just extra confirmation that this is definitely your pile, okay? Caden or Cadence, Khadijah, Damien, Davion, Alex, Joe, Jolene, Joanna, Job, Tina, Sophia, Easton, Preston, Shayna or Shane, Clayton, Kyler, Bridget, Sierra, Camden, Sterling, Latrice, Aiden, Araya, Lorenzo, Magnolia, I'm just gonna say a few more names, okay? Rosalina, Elizabeth, Briar, Makira and Reed, just the name Kyra or Kira, Casey, Sheldon, Colette, and Colin. Okay. Those were the names that Spirit was giving me. Or you can look here too. Like I'm seeing Maggie, Magdalene, Magdalena, Lenny, Leo, Sergio, William. Okay, so just look here, okay? David. Yeah, just look here and see what you can find. I am seeing swap. Some people would like to trade in their girlfriends for you, or like trade in their partner for you, okay? That's what I was hearing, because I was like seeing swap, and it reminded me of that Wife Swap television show. People have seen your beauty grow. I'm seeing lemon. Kind of reminds me of that video with Rihanna. I think it's Rihanna, called Lemon. There may be something with that video if you were to watch that. It's called Lemon. Let me see if I can find who sings it. But let me see. Yeah, so okay, you have a really nice figure, and perhaps there's something with this video where people like to watch you dance, or they like to watch you move, because Spirit was giving me this video, so I would definitely watch that video called Lemon with Rihanna, and yeah, check it out, and maybe the lyrics have something too there. I don't know. That's just what I was getting. Yeah, I was just looking it up and it said that Rihanna appears on the track of Lemon, delivering a tough talking rap verse about a woman who shines brightly because of her beauty. Okay. So it's about somebody who shines bright because of their beauty. So it's also a very catchy song. Okay. Interesting. You gotta own it. She says you gotta own your beauty. You gotta own your presence. It's like a song for personal power. Okay. So it speaks about like your swag. Oh my gosh, look, and your confidence. So definitely check out, you know, like the dancing and the vibe of that video. There's something there that like people kind of associate with your vibe. Line, people would be on a line up to get to be with you. UFO, you're out of this world. You have an ethereal beauty. Water. Okay, I think there was a song called Water by Tyla. That came up in like a reading a week ago. I would check that out too. People think about you and they want to get intimate with you. They want to have like a taste of you. They think you, because of the way that you look, they assume that you are somebody unforgettable and very addictive, and it's like a magnet. They want to be by you so bad. The name Patricia here, Patty. Wave. I'm seeing like this beauty pageant winner doing like a wave, like Miss America. Some people may think that you've won contests or that you deserve to win beauty contests. I think that's about all I'm getting here for my pal 2, but please be sure to hit subscribe if you've enjoyed today's video, and especially if you're watching and you want to see more of my videos. That would be awesome. It's a great way to make sure you see more videos, and also you can press that notifications bell and it'll actually notify you whenever I post new videos. So thank you so much to my returning subscribers. If you would like a personal reading, I do offer those and my prices are very affordable. You can either send me an email and I can email you my package list, or you can go to my website. All the information is actually in the description box below, and my prices are very affordable because I like to keep them affordable for you all, and I love giving personal readings to you all. It helps me to connect with my audience, which is you, and I love to connect with you and do those personals. So check out my description box below. And also, if you'd like to check out my sister channel, Mystic Rose Tarot Collective, I will I actually have a link for that in my on my website. So there's a link to my website in the description box below. All you have to do is click on it, and it'll actually, it's very easy to navigate, and you'll be able to see like my Etsy store, how to donate to the channel if you'd like to, information about my Patreon, because I do have a Patreon too for 18+ uncensored readings, and also other weekly just general pick a card readings where you get to vote on the topic. So it's really fun. And so do be sure to check out my website, and yeah, I hope to see you at my Patreon and have you book readings with me. And like I said, you can donate to the channel if you'd like to. It's never expected but always appreciated, and you can find more info in the description box on how to make a donation as well. Alright, much love to you all, and stay beautiful, and until next time. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile 3. If you chose the zebra jasper or image 3, you're in the right place for today's tarot pick a card reading. What do people assume about you based on your physical appearance, your body language, and your style? So I'm going to take a moment to connect with Spirit. Spirit, please be here now with me and help me to deliver clear, concise, and accurate messages to my pile 3 about their questions at hand. Spirit, please speak through me as you always do. And thank you, Spirit. Please bring in light, peace, positivity, and protection into this space. And now I'm just going to spritz some cleansing spray. I will be rolling astro dice toward the end of this reading, as well as channeling some names and laying down the letter tiles as well, and casting some charms, okay? And also I'm going to be using my Unity deck for today's reading, and the L Key Oracle deck as well, and some other fun little things. If you're interested in purchasing a deck for yourself, you can find my Unity deck, which I created using my own digital art. You can find it on my website. There's a link to my Etsy store. So it's mysticroseangel.com. You can find a link to my website in my description box below. So Spirit, please let us know, what are the assumptions that people make about my pile 3 based on their appearance? We have the 8 of Cups, the Temperance, King of Cups, King of Swords, 8 of Swords, Page of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the 6 of Cups, and then Knight of Cups at the bottom. Lots of Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer type of energy here. Also Earth sign energy, and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So, those are the energies that I'm sensing that, you know, people are picking up about you just based on your physical appearance. So they could take a look at you and they could be like, wow, that looks like a very creative individual, the way that you are. Either maybe you're an artist, you could be artistic, you could be into photography, or the way that you create, I don't know, whatever it is that you create, you're doing a great job because people look at you and they can appreciate your art form, whatever that is. And you just also, with the way that you dress and your style, the things that you put, the outfits like that you put together, it almost seems like you are artistically talented, because you could have a real knack for being able to put together interesting things, interesting looks. But I do think that some people, when they look at you, whether they know you or not, if they don't know you very well, they may assume that, like, you are somebody who's, like, secretive, okay? They think that, like, you may keep secrets, that you have, like, secret knowledge, or that you... Yeah, I want to say that, like, you're secretive, that you don't like to talk about stuff, like, talk about yourself very much. And you definitely aren't tooting your own horn. People think that you are kind of, you're not an egoist or, you know, anything like that, even though you have confidence, but you're not outwardly exhibiting egotistical behaviors. So people... they just kind of think that you keep to yourself, and that you may have, like, a small friend group. They think that you keep to yourself. You keep just a few close people around you. That, yeah, people think you're reserved, and they could assume that you're very traditional, or that you you don't like, or you don't have a lot of tolerance for outlandish behavior or monkey business. You would walk away kind of easily, or give up on people if they try anything with you. You do have like a side to you where people just assume that you wouldn't tolerate this kind of like person. So it must be something in your eyes or your body language that gives off the signal to people, kind of like, you know, don't mess with me. Like, you're really nice, but also like, don't mess with me, you know? And you know, you come off as very strong and in control of yourself, and people assume that you have a lot of authority over yourself and that you have a lot of countenance over yourself and that you're in command of yourself and that you you are a good leader. And I think some people think that you may not always be like the nicest person because they could read you wrong. With the King of Swords there, they could think you're cold or whatever. Maybe it's because you're mysterious, or like you keep things to yourself, or like, you know, you don't tolerate like certain types of people or behaviors. And people may assume that about you, that you know, you may have like a little bit of a cold side to you that gives them a little chill when you look at people a certain way. And some people, though, it's like they look at you and they assume they know you from somewhere. You have a familiar face or a familiarity about you, because this can talk about like soulmates, soul contracts, like almost like knowing you from somewhere. Like, people could come up to you and be like, wow, has anyone ever told you you look like so and so, or like, wow, you look familiar to me, I just don't know, like, you know, how I know you. But it's almost like people kind of feel like they know you, but you just tend to seem like a little bit more selective, I guess, here with what these cards are saying. Maybe yeah, people may assume that because maybe you do avoid eye contact. I mean, we have this lady here is blindfolded, so maybe you don't like to give eye contact to just anybody. And because of that, they could assume that like you either don't like them, or you're deceptive or hiding something, or that, yeah, you're dishonest. Okay. Sometimes with like the way that like you, like I said before, like I think your expression with your style is very artistic, and people can make a lot of conjectures or assumptions about you that like you're an artist, you're carefree, or maybe they could assume that like you work with, I don't know, like you like to work alone. You don't like to work with others. They could maybe assume that you work best by yourself, or that you work with your hands. Also that, yeah, you work well within small groups of people because of, I guess, your body language and what people are reading from your body language. They may be reading you wrong, but this is what they're assuming about you. They could see you and see some of your facial expressions and think that they may assume that you're very like stern in some ways, and like that you have a lot of morals and ethics and guidelines that you live up to yourself and that you expect other people around you to adhere to. And they may think that, assume that like you're a control freak or something like that, but that may not necessarily be the case. But, you know, some people may think that you are somehow kind of controlling or that you enjoy being in control. They may even think if you have tattoos on your body, if you have like a lot of tattoos or even piercings, they may assume that you're a little bit rebellious. Okay? But people do assume that you're making money somehow. Like, so they can tell that you're I want to say clean kept, or like, you have quality accessories and possibly like a quality vehicle, and you're taking good care of yourself. So they assume you have, you know, good earning potential, or you're making good money. And they assume too that like you're, I want to say offbeat or eccentric. I'm seeing like this person with this beanie. You could like to wear beanies. Somebody here has like a nasal piercing. Is that right? Nose ring or like septum ring. Or I don't know. I was even hearing like body piercing, any body piercing, belly button, whatever. But they think you're like offbeat, eccentric, even fun. I think some people think you're fun. But that you kind of reserve that for your closest friends. So you could look almost like stern. This is what's funny, is that people assume that you're different in different situations. So in some situations, people may observe you and say like, wow, that's a fun person. They seem like very offbeat, eccentric, and just cool and laid back and very well balanced people. And then depending on who it is, they could have different assumptions about you. Like in a work situation, you know, they could be like, wow, that person really is a good leader. They know what they're talking about. You look like you're very in control of yourself, with like standing with your shoulders back and like chest puffed up a little bit. Like you really seem to know who you are, and you are very well aware of like your gifts and yeah, just like what you're good at. You could have very sharp facial features, which makes you have an intensity about your look. So people could assume that you have an intensity or like a flair or passion about you, but it comes off as strong. Like people assume you have a strength about you, like an internal strength, and it could be like so intense that some people can't handle it. I was hearing inferno, like you've got a lot of fiery energy. You could have like a strong build. People assume you're strong just by looking at you. Also, I think that sometimes your body language, if you're standing there and like you kind of have your arm crossed, or you're just thinking, some people could think you're defensive, or that you're lost in a thought or daydream a lot. They could think that you're a creative dreamer type, always thinking up things with your imagination. But when you smile, they tend to assume you're like really fun and eccentric and kind of wild at heart. And yeah, it just depends, I guess, on mostly who's viewing you and like when, because it could be different from day to day, because I think that you're ever changing and you're not just one way. Yeah. So you could be viewed as, you know, for the most part, somebody who's a nonconformist, I want to say. You don't maybe like rules. You set your own rules. But you can work well with others, but maybe you prefer to work alone. And maybe people can just tell that about you because of your vibe. Yeah, when you like avoid eye contact with people in social situations like this, I think that some people may assume that like you're nervous, or that you could be shy even. So people could be assuming that about you, that you're just very nervous or very shy, because you could be somewhat quiet too in social situations, and your body language could give off that you are not interested in having conversations with like a lot of people, or maybe you don't like to network. And Also, you could have a lot of unique, I want to say, going back to this artist card here, you could have like a lot of unique handmade items or unique items that when people see you, they assume that you made them yourself because you look like a creative type. Or they could even assume that like you're eco conscious, like eco-friendly, that you care about the environment and that kind of thing. They could even assume that you're like an environmentalist or that you care about the environment, or like that you are part of the Peace Corps or something like that. Yeah, they think that you care about animals sometimes more than people. They think that you relate well with animals, or they even think maybe that you are very good with plants, okay? Or like, yeah, you could be somebody like an advocate for planting trees or taking care of the environment, okay? So that's just kind of the vibes that you're giving people. And it could be kind of different, like I said, depending on the day and who's doing the viewing of you. But yeah, they don't think that you're like an egomaniac or anything like that. Like they may see that like you sort of are more like just down to earth, you know? Mostly, for the most part, friendly and approachable, but just and happy, but also you like to be surrounded with other artistic types. That's what Spirit was telling me. Like, some people may not feel like they would have a lot of interesting things to offer you in a conversation unless they come to you as an artist themselves or somebody who is a creator like you. You know what I mean? Like, they may not feel like they would have a lot to talk about or in common with you, and that you would get bored and like turn away. Okay, that's what I was really getting. But you may get approached by like a lot of people wondering like, where did you get that necklace, or like, where did you get that unique item? And yeah, maybe it is something that you made or got at a craft show or something like that. Your style is very unique. It could be very minimal, you know, just very practical. Or it could be very eclectic with like different creative themes. Or even little pieces from different cultures and stuff like that. You could like to like mix and match, I want to say, with different aesthetics. And I mean, maybe sometimes once in a while you like to do something unexpected too, I was getting. Like, maybe once in a while you may want to do something like goth even, or emo, just for fun. Or also you may like henna designs, okay? Like yeah, like those henna tattoos that you can do yourself. Maybe you like to do those. You're super creative though. Oh, I'll leave those here. I'm going to move on next to the Alki cards. Okay, so Spirit, what other assumptions do people make about pile 3 based on the way they look, their style, their body language, physical appearance? We have Alice, she who grants wishes, desires, hopes. I feel like everybody wants to talk to you because you have a uniqueness about you that makes you stand out. Star quality too, with all those stars. Something about you makes you very popular with people, even though you may not really like to, like I said, be talking with a lot of people, but a lot of people want to talk to you. They want to find out like how you're so creative and stuff like that. People also may desire to like talk to you and find out what makes you so interesting. We have she who avenges, nemesis. Some people may assume that like you're nice until you're not, and that you may have like an interesting side to you where you can really bring out the claws. And like with the Abanalaka, she's like a warrior type. Notice the prickly armor on her shoulder. She's ready to fight. So people like they know to be nice to you and not to like get on your bad side just by like your body language. Look at her body language. She's just like, she looks so unamused and like her arms are crossed. Sometimes it's like people are maybe afraid to approach you because of your body language. It could show like that with some people you're very good at reading people, I think is what it is, because you seem like friendly for the most part and like open, but then when some people come around your energy field, this is how you can be, and it can be super intimidating, but it's like your way of like keeping the bad people away. But yeah, you're nobody to mess around with, okay, because people don't want to get on your bad side. Primavera is about she who begins, launching things, actualizing your potential. Look at all the butterflies. People do want to come up to you and talk to you and find out about your talents and your gifts and how you come up with your ideas for different creative ideas that you have, okay? We have she who becomes, Eterna, metamorphosis, transcend, journey. So you're definitely somebody who looks like you're going places. You're on an exciting journey with the butterflies that can talk about like a joyful energy, a change. It seems like you've had some kind of transformation. People do want to talk to you about it. They could be kind of like, some people might be afraid, especially if like, you know, if you're kind of looking at them like that, like with the closed arms and like sort of a look like what she's doing there. Maybe some people would be intimidated to like approach you, but I think you're pretty good at reading people. You could be very you could have like a man bun, or maybe this is like your ideal type of mate would have like a man bun, okay, or like maybe you like men with long hair, okay, or you could be a man with long hair. You could be very like attracted to men that have long hair or are very like spiritual men. Also, you could have ombre hair, like 2 different colors, or you like to experiment with your artistic creativity with your hair. Your hair is like an extension of that creativity, and you could have a lot of fun doing different hairstyles, colors, you know, this and that, and it's like an art form. We have La Catfish. You may have issues with people that try to pretend to be one way to try to get on your good side. Yeah, you could have people that try to be one way or like act like they're like you so that you will like them, and then later you find out that like you have nothing in common with these people and like they were just posers. That's how I feel like this could have been like old friends or people just who are fake. You may attract like fake people. Maybe that's why you're like this sometimes, as like a defense mechanism, because you've been likely in the past to attract people that were fake, okay? We have L internship. Okay, so some of you studied or, you know, were in school to actually study or pursue art or dance or something in the arts. Or maybe you did have an internship or something like that. Or people may assume that about you, that you studied art. They could assume that about you. Maybe you didn't do that, but maybe people assume that about you because you are very artistic with your expression, that maybe they assumed that you went to art school or cosmetology school or something like that, and that you had some kind of really important internship. Some people may assume that, like, we have LE boy. Some people may assume that you like gothic style, or that you are attracted to people with emo or goth style, because maybe you have a lot of friends who enjoy goth types of looks, okay? So like, you know, the color black, multicolored hair or dyed black hair. It kind of reminds me of like Morticia Adams, but also with like tattoos, piercings, and that kind of stuff. So maybe you attract people like that too. Okay. We have hashtag. You could spend a lot of time like on the computer, or many people just think that you're very good with computers, or that maybe you do digital art. That's how I was able to do these cards, digital art. Maybe people assume that like you're really into computers, or like you would be very good at computers or digital art. And with sushi, people may also assume that you eat a very special diet. Maybe they assume that you're either a pescatarian or vegetarian or vegan. They could assume that. Maybe that goes also with the whole like environmentalist thing. They could assume that like, oh, you're one of those types of people that, you know, I mean, sometimes people stereotype people, which isn't always right. I mean, it's never right to stereotype people, but I think that sometimes people can look at you and it's like they can just put you into a certain type, and that's what people may assume about you, but you actually have many sides to you. People could assume that you are kind of wealthy, and beauty filter, you're very beautiful, but some people may assume that you look so good that it's almost too good, and they may wonder if you use like a lot of filters with your pictures because of how pretty you always look in the pictures, okay, in your photographs. So people may just assume that, oh, you're using a filter again, you know, and maybe you are, or maybe you're not, but you are very beautiful. All right, and I was just hearing that sometimes your beauty can spark jealousy. All right, so what else can you add to this conversation, Spirit? Okay. So we've got some charms here. Might just grab a few more because that's not very many. Okay. And then I'll roll the astro dice, and then I'll channel some names as well. Okay. Okay, so let's start with charms. We've got the cherries. I think that people think that you have a sweet side, but also sour, sweet and sour. People assume that you're sweet and sour, that you can be like really, really nice, but that also you're no one to mess with. Some people think that you had a spiritual awakening, and that maybe they even want to think that like you only want to associate with other people that are spiritual or into like new age or spirituality, or that also I was hearing something like some people may assume that, yeah, that you're really into spirituality. Some people may think that you're kind of a little bananas here. We got the bananas. Maybe just a little bit out there, but you know what? That's okay. Like woo-woo or bananas, like, you know, it's all right. People may assume that based on the way you show up with your fashion choices or whatever. It could be very outlandish or, yeah, out of this world even. We got the Saturn. So it's not like what anybody else is wearing out there, which is cool. It kind of sets you apart, but some people get so jealous that they're just like, oh wow, that person's really out there. You know how to lift people up. You know how to give a good compliment, and you know how to like really make people feel loved. And with this butterfly, we got joy, romance, and change. So people, they do feel joyful when they're in your presence, and you normally like, you know how to make people feel good, and you always know how to make any situation a lot more fun. And you do seem very grounded in some ways, and in other ways people may assume that you could use more grounding or stability in certain areas of your life. The belle of the ball means that people assume that like they just kind of know you're beautiful and that you stand out. And as the belle of the ball, they may know that you know you're beautiful. You know it. You are beautiful, and you know it. but also at the same time, you don't walk around like, oh yeah, I'm all that and you aren't. You know, like you have a nice attitude about it, but like you know that you're good looking. With this car here, this is about like forward movement. So people think that you're really going places, you're very successful, and like you're on your way. First class and magic. Some people may assume that like based on your style or whatever that you practice magic, or you're very like you could just have very magical, almost like fairy like qualities about you, okay, or like a fairy like essence. First class, like people just think you're bougie and fine. Very special indeed. And then we've got purple for power, wealth, and majesty. Some people think you're rich. They think you have like a lot of money. Baby steps. People think you're taking like baby steps to get to where you want to go, but that you're really going places. It may not be like extremely fast growing, but like you are taking steps to go somewhere, and you're going to make it big someday. A lot of people believe in you. They just look at you and they make that assumption that you're somebody who's going to make it far. Definitely. And part of it is because of your confidence in yourself. Not egotistical confidence, but like, you know, not like overly asserting yourself, but just being so happy and in your own skin and knowing your talents and gifts. Yeah, you're going to go far and people know it. But sometimes, like I said, like here we got the snowman. Some people think that you're cold. You know, you could be, but that could be like a defense for you. All right. Or they could be misinterpreting your body language. You know. And then we have the hanged man. So that can be about like bringing enlightenment to a situation. That can be for things on hold. Maybe in the past things were on hold for you, but now things are really taking off for you. And you seem almost like people could assume that like, oh, this person seems happier. Maybe things are really taking off for them now. Like there's something about you and your energy where you seem happier now. So that's why people are assuming that. I think that's part of it. That's what I'm getting here. That's the impression, is that like people assume that if they've known you for a while, maybe things were not going well for you with your goals and wishes and hopes and dreams. But like now they see you being like a bit happier, and they feel like without asking you, they could just ask you, but they assume that things are going well in your life and that things are hunky-dory. You could be a Taurus in your sun, moon, or ascendant. You could be a Gemini, Aquarius, or Scorpio in your sun, moon, or ascendant place. You could have been born on the 5th of any month, or the 3rd of any month, or the 8th of any month, because we can add those together and get 8, which can also be for an August birthday. This could be for May birthday. This could be March. So you could have been born in March. Specific birthdays here would be August 5th, August 8th, or August 3rd. May 5th, May 3rd, or May 8th. And then March 3rd, March 5th, and March 8th for specific birthdays for somebody out there. And then, Spirit, help me to choose the tiles that will reveal my pile 3's either first, middle, or last name or initials. Alright, so what you're going to do here, which by the way, if you're still watching, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button. That would mean so much to me. And please like this video too, and leave a comment if it's resonating. But what we do here is, oh, my dog's barking. Sorry about that. I might have to go check on her if she continues. But anyways, so I'm going to be putting these letter tiles down, and then I'll be channeling names too from Spirit that Spirit gives me. And you may hear family members' names or friends' names. Let that be extra confirmation that this is your pile. Even if you don't hear your name, that's okay. You could see it in the tiles or see your initials. You could see a screen name or hear a screen name, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and channel about 20 to 30 names and maybe some hints and clues, and then we can play a little spiritual Scrabble. Jeffrey. Bebe, maybe that's a nickname. Franklin or Frankie. Shakina. Shar. Okay, the name Kristen or Christina. Kathy. Katerina. That could be a last name too, or a first name. Zara. Esperanza. Tyra. Lena. Landon. Saphira. Simore. Luke or Lucas. Mike. Mikel. Michaela. Helen. Helena. Owen. Jack. Ted or Teddy. Deja. Or Deja. Sounds like Deja, like deja vu. I don't know. I was hearing deja vu. Cora, Coral, Jade or Jada, Zoe, Maylin, Kellen, Cassandra, Lottie, Letty or Letty, Mandy, Cadence, Beth, Brian, Hans, Lance and Lane, Charles, Tara, Timothy, Orlando, what else, Spirit? Chaz, Eli, Kenzie, Gail, Bishop, Johnson, John, Carl, Carlo, Carla and Carlos, Earl, Jacqueline, Zeb, Gaston, Carrie Ann, Camille, Sean, Sarah, Luke, Deirdre, Dee Dee, Danae, Renee and Rhonda. Feifel. Fitzgerald. I'm just going to say a couple more. Dolly. Ferdinand. Leon. Lily. And Leroy. Okay, let's see if we can play Spiritual Scrabble here. Ask. Okay, some people want to talk to you. I'm seeing talk and ask. People want to talk to you. They want to ask you questions. DM. Okay, they could want to send you an instant message. They could, you could get strange texts from people with all kinds of inquisitive questions wanting to know. People want to know things about you. Maybe it's because you have an element of mystery about you. Let me get my puppy, just a minute. Okay, I had to let my puppy in. I was also hearing the last name Cruz when I got up and got the dog. I heard the name Cruz. Also, some of you could be literally going on a cruise, like a cruise ship or vacation sometime soon. Okay. Somebody's going to the Bahamas or Cancun or something like that. Also, I see wigs. Some people might assume you wear wigs if your hair is always changing and stuff like that. They could assume that you like to wear wigs or that you do wear a wig or hair pieces. People assume that you're usually pretty calm. I'm seeing that. Calm, but don't mess with the fire. Or you get burnt. I just heard that. I'm seeing tired in the tiles. Maybe people assume that like you work a lot or that, yeah, like you've been working a lot lately. Some people may be thinking that you're tired. But also fired up. Like I think some people think you're fired up and other people think they just assume all kinds of things. You just, like I said, just depends on who you're asking, okay? Yeah, that's basically what I'm seeing. If you see anything else in here, please let me know. Also, just please take a moment to hit subscribe if you haven't yet. Join this awesome community. I would love to have you here. Thank you to all of my returning subscribers, my Patreon members, my channel members. If you'd like to become a channel member, look in the description box below for how you can do that. Also, if you'd like to become a Patreon member, I do have a Patreon and you can find all the information on my website, Mystic Rose. It's www.mysticrosepsychic.com. You can find a link for that in my description box below, where you can find a link for my Patreon, and you can check it out for yourself and see like all my different tier levels and things I offer. It's really fun. I do like 18+ uncensored readings on there weekly, topics you get to vote on as well for like the 11, 11, 2, 2, 2, and 7, 7, 7 tiers are like general readings. So those are based on beauty, gossip, the tea, you know, and very deeply spiritual topics too. So you get to see a lot of different sides of me, Mystic Rose. Okay, so definitely check out my tiers on my Patreon at my website. And if you'd like to visit my Etsy store because you're interested in purchasing my Unity deck, which is my own digital artwork creation, you can find a link in on my website for my Etsy store. What I like about this deck is that it has the card meanings written in each of the corners, so anyone can read tarot, and it has a divination tool in the bottom right, so anybody can read tarot with my Unity deck. If you need a personal reading, again, check out my website, and or just send me an email and I'll send you all my package lists and prices. But yeah, you can book a reading right on there. I do accept PayPal and Venmo, so go ahead and check that out. And if you're interested, please let me know. So again, visit my website for learning more about how to join my Patreon, how to, or also if you want to check out my sister channel, Mystic Rose Tarot Collective, on YouTube. which is a Love Tarot Collective channel that I've recently started. There's about 5 videos in the library right now. It's really a lot of fun. I've been enjoying that, so you can check that out too. And as I said, all you have to do is go to my website and you'll find all this information. Also, there'll be information on how you can make a donation to my channel if you're interested in doing that. It's never expected, but always appreciated. Any donations that I receive, I put right back into the channel with buying, like, you know, little tea light candles or little fun things, tarot cards, new oracle cards. I'm constantly getting more. I have quite a collection. I literally am like a kid in a candy store when it comes to tarot cards. I want them all. I love tarot cards and oracle cards. So anyways, but it's never ever like expected, like I said. But if you know, feel that you'd like to donate, there are ways, and you can check it out at my website, okay? And again, I will link that in the description box below. Please take care, and thanks again so much for being here. Stay beautiful, and until next time, bye-bye.